right. Yeah.
What?
All right. Thanks for coming out to the Offenders of Comedy show, everybody. Appreciate it. Just want to let you guys know that, you know, this is a performance, so just for the show, try and keep talking to a minimum, maybe turn your cell phone on vibrates, that kind of thing. Other than that, have a great time, laugh your asses off. It's going to be a good show. And that's about it. We're going to get the show started now. Without further ado, your host for the evening, Mr. Derek Kale.
Welcome to the Roxbury.
Yeah.
The Offenders of Comedy, Revenge of the Rocks. Everybody ready for a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah? The Offenders of Comedy, is everyone familiar with them?
Yeah.
They are London's true superhero team of comedians. And every superhero team needs a supervillain. That's where I come in. My name is Dr. Feel Funny. And I'm sorry if that intro seems a little over the top, but I can explain. I'm on drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you can judge a book by its cover. And sometimes a cigar is just loaded with weed. Yeah, I smoke a lot of pot, and sometimes I do other drugs, but I have a set crowd that's talking about that stuff, so I'll just pretend I only smoke pot. Any other pot smokers here?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Come on, don't lie.
Okay, I'll see you after the show. I also have, and this can upset people after immediately starting with drug stuff, I have a son.
Yeah.
Please don't call Children's Aid Society. I got enough trouble as it is. But yeah, my boy, right after the beginning of school, and maybe some other parents got this, I got a note saying they're going to come to class, some asshole is being hired to go to the school and give a talk on drugs. I figured, what is the point of that? The boy hears me talking on drugs every day. I myself at school was a good English student, but I sucked at math. And I still do. I can't handle mathematics. I don't like to talk about it except on stage to make fun of it. At school, easily half the time I was smoking dope. The other 40% of the time I was trying to figure out fractions. Let that one sink in. Hang on a second, can we move over? This is DJ Kellen D. Yeah. And I just noticed something over here. Does anyone have a lighter? Never mind, I'll do it later. Thanks, DJ. DJ Kellen D, let's hear it for him.
Yeah.
He was here at the original Offenders show. Here he is, yet again, making things musical in between the comedians. And you know what? I've decided recently, because some friends have suggested, I find something else. I stop being a one-trick pony and talk about something other than drugs. So I'm going to talk about my dog. Any dog owners here? Yeah? I bought a dog about 3 months ago, me and my son. Bought a border collie, very smart, very hairy, and they have a beard, and it looks good for a stoner. I like walking her around. She's good for my exercise. There's only one problem, really, and maybe the dog owners will be able to relate to this. Her breath is fucking diabolical. Anybody, you know what I mean? Dog owners, holy shit! I didn't know until I bought one. It's like her mouth is a direct line to Satan's asshole. Literally. No exchanges, no talking to operators. Bang! The devil's dirt hole. Every time she opens her mouth. I suppose it's not a mystery. You look at the animal, most of her time, she's licking herself. And again, dog owners, pet owners in general know what I'm talking about now. This thing, she licks her snatch. I'd say this is approximately the method. Like a 16-year-old boy having his first go on the high school whore. That's good! And it's really disturbing, so she's a smart dog, like I said, so I came up with a command, get a room! I say that, and she looks kind of guilty, she goes to another room. You can still hear, but at least I don't have to fucking see it. And then, of course, she licks her asshole, too. She licks her asshole at least as often, and it's at least as disturbing. But I got a command for that. Save some for Prime Minister Harper. She just looks guilty and goes to sleep. I've shortened both of them, actually. I've shortened both commands. I just say, room, if she's going at her twat. And Harper, if she's going at the back. It works for us, and my neighbors think I'm insane, but I don't care. Anyways, I think you've heard enough about my dog. I'm gonna tell you actually what a fellow comedian once asked me, which is, Derek, do you ever get so fucking baked you don't bother writing a punchline for your joke? Anyways, here's your next comic, Andy Pomeranski.
I just want to let this song stew for a bit because I love it so much. God, that's badass. Okay, what an honor it is to be here with the Offenders of Comedy. It's a pure honor. I love your stories. Now, I worked at Zellers for over 17 years, and working there for so long allowed my creative juices to flow. So I decided to write a song about our Seniors Day and sing it over the intercom on the appropriate day to impress my boss. It is Seniors Day on the first Monday, so if your hair is gray and you use Bengay, save 10% today. Thank you. If your Christmas card list every year has a half-life, if you're unsure if she's your sister or your wife, then shop Seniors Day at Zellers. Shop smart and shop strong. The next one's in an entire month and you may not live that long. Thank you. So, as I mentioned, I worked at Zellers for a long time. It allowed me to have certain privileges. One of the best things about it is that I got to train the new hires. A lot of them were young hotties that were just starting university or college. There was one I liked in particular, so I wrote another song about our experiences together as mentor and trainee. I sang it to her and she really liked it. She liked it so much that she wanted us to put it on YouTube. She played guitar and had a computer, so we went to her parents' house and she played her heart out while I sang. Hey there, new cashier, what's it like working at Zellers? Are you ringing things through correctly? Like those stockings and those sweaters, what do you do? When the ticket's the color blue, it's a code too. Hey there, Andy, I don't really like that pager, and trying to get a credit app from a bunch of strangers, I'll make the call. Customer service associate to Lower Mall, unless my lineup's small. Oh, it's like working for free. Oh, with what they're paying me. Oh, it's like working for free. Oh, with what they're paying me. So we finish the song, and the room goes dead silent. So I look at her and I say, that was beautiful. She looks at me and says, Andy, you're beautiful. So romance is in the air, so we start making out, our clothes start getting taken off, and I spend the best 3 minutes of my life having sex. When it's all over, we both noticed that the webcam was on and captured everything. So we're no longer on YouTube, but we're a big hit on PornTube. Those perverts will watch anything. So back when Viagra commercials first came out, the song that they used as a theme song was My Way by Frank Sinatra. I think two better choices would have been these two parodies. First off, this classic by Depeche Mode. When I'm with you, baby, I'm all soft and limp. I just can't get it up. I just can't get enough. Everything you do to me, even when you give me head, I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough. Viagra allows me to give good love without I just can't seem to get it up. And this is my personal favorite, this hit by Don Henley. I'll lay my body on the ground, spread my legs all around me. I'll pop a blue pill 'cause it's best. This is the end. This is the end of the impotence. Thank you. So a while back, when I first became unemployed, I had a lot of free time. So I decided to join the local gym. I strictly wanted to do aerobics classes to meet women. There's this one class in particular that was the crown jewel. It's called Zumba. Zumba's great. It's a mix of Latin music and dance moves. And I really enjoyed it because it allowed me to meet a lot of nice women with tight cabooses. So it was wonderful, but one of the things I didn't know is that learning Zumba taught me things that I didn't even know that I possessed, like being able to protect myself. There's this one night where I was at a bank parking lot, and these three thugs decided they wanted to jump me. I knew the standoff was on, so I decided to get my muscles ready to fight and warm up with my Zumba dance. That dance always leaves me a little bit out of breath. So after I showed my moves, the thugs were intimidated. They expressed their intimidation to me. Man, this gringo is loco. That's the Zumba dance of death. He's going to gouge out our eyeballs and our testicles and switch them. The second gangbanger was like, brother, this blood is definitely not aight. He's definitely not from the hood. I'm outie. Now with the third gangbanger, I ran out of stereotypes, so I made him Shakespearean. Doth not, I vanquish this foe with my trusted blade, for he is beyond mortal, with his dance of misdirection to shield my blows. Now, safe to say English wasn't my best subject in school, so before I could ask Bill what he was talking about, the three of them all took off. I won the fight without even having to throw a punch. Thank you, Zumba. Thank you. Now, people that know me, you see the shakiness, people that know me know that I'm not all there mentally. So back when I was in the psych ward, I met this girl, and we dated, and it was really difficult to break up with her when I got released, but I couldn't be with her anymore. And I wrote a song about the whole experience. I call it Bipolar Girlfriend. Bipolar girlfriend, I want to break up with you. When we were locked in the ward, I thought you were fine, but now I've been released and I've gone made up my mind. 'Cause you're wondering why I don't visit, and you're planning ways to kill me, I just know it. You're so depressed you wish your life would end. We are over, my bipolar girlfriend. I can't see you, my bipolar girlfriend. How do you break the news to a woman? How do you break the news to a woman like that? I'll say some reasons why. When you are low, I am sky high. What kind of parents would we make? Our relationship is doomed. There's no give and take. 'Cause you slit your wrist to cope, and it leaves me in a dark place where there's no hope. This relationship will break me before I can bend. I'm glad we broke up, my bipolar girlfriend. You're someone else's problem, my bipolar girlfriend. I'll never want another woman. I'll never want another woman like that. My bipolar girlfriend. Thank you. Makes me happy that you clapped for that one. That was new, so I miss her. She still calls. So, in closing, I just want to explain why I'm not really a fan of rap. And it's not the music. The music's great. It's just I never got signed to a recording contract as a rap artist. So I'll let you guys be the judge. My real name is Andy Pomeranski, so my rap name is A-Pom. Here's my A-Pom rap. My name is A-Palm, coming down like napalm. I have hairy palms because I play with myself for too long. I have a huge schlong if you call 1.5 inches long. And while I'm singing this song, you wish you were hitting a bomb. Break it down. That makes me more tired than the Zim dance. Thank you. My name is Andy Parnas. You've been a great crowd. Thank you.
Andy Pomeranski. Good set, Andy. Excellent. He's a funny guy. I'm going to do a bit of crowd work now. You know what crowd work means? I'm not very good at it. It means when a comedian talks to the crowd. And I definitely need practice. So here we go. Does anyone know where to get some high quality hashish at a fair price? No? All right, that's it for crowd work. Next we have, you're gonna love this guy, Josh Wakens.
Awesome! That's right. I'm so awesome I gotta play the awesome song, because that's how awesome I am. I'm fluent out awesomeness. When you see me, you're like, holy shit! I believe that guy's pretty awesome.
Biceps getting fatter in the middle.
Yeah, I am. Why do you have to play that part? I want to keep it a secret. Alright, okay. Thanks, man. What is up, London?
Yeah!
Oh, come on, there's a lot. Well, there's not a lot, but there should be more noise than that. Come on.
Yeah!
There you go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's get this started. So, now, I love my girlfriend. Not gonna lie. She's awesome. She's right there. Hi, hon. Now, if you've seen my set before, you're probably like, oh, here comes the pussy jokes. But no. No. I'm higher class now. I'm highbrow. I'm gonna go to her butt. I'm joking. But yeah, but she can be kind of lazy sometimes, though. I'm not gonna lie. And, yeah, I heard some oohs, but yeah, she is. So anyways, in our apartment building, way at the end of the hall, there's a garbage chute. So I had to go and take out the garbage one day. And I was like, yeah, you know, garbage. So I'm bringing out the garbage, and I walk by this door, and this door is making really weird noises. And what's something like this? Yeah. I'm like, oh yeah, hello. So, you know, I'm kind of standing there being a little bit of a creep, and they keep on going. Yeah. I wanted to knock on the door and be like, hey, can I assist in this situation that is going on? But I know for sure that if I were to open the door or knocked on the door, it would just be one guy in front of his computer just going, no man, I'm good. But, so I continued standing there just to, you know, arouse myself, and not gonna lie. And it came to a point where the noises made a turn. So it was like, yeah, and then I went, oh yeah, you like that? I'm like, no sir, no I do not like that. That is not something I enjoy. And the reason why is because when I'm sitting there cranking off one, and I'm like, you know, watching the porno, if you didn't know by now, and I hear like, you know, the girls going at it, oh yeah, but right when the guy comes in, I'm just like, oh, man, this is no longer my penis inside this lovely woman. Now it's his. Now I'm watching two people do it, and it's weird. I don't like it. I liked it before, when it was no man and just a woman. But, I'm just picturing right now, like, say for example when it was going on, right, when they were shooting the set, and there's the camera guy, he's getting right in there, and he's like the camera guy, the producer, and the sound guy, because there's no way they have a whole crew there. You know, the guy with the mic's like, I'm totally getting the sound of this vagina right now, guys. This is good sound going through my headset. This is perfect vagina noise. But, you know, there's no way, because like, there's one guy, and he's just like, I'm doing Zooms.
But you know, like the guy's sitting there doing his work, right? And he's going at it, and then he notices the camera guy's focusing on her, and he's just like, "What the fuck? You know, I just got this new haircut and been working on my abs. And you know, notice me. Hey. And the camera guy's just like, okay, what? And he's just like, I gotta get this guy to notice me. So he's just like, yeah, you like that? And the camera guy's like, dude, shut up. You like that? And again, the camera guy's just like, what? It's her. It's not you. This is her job. You're supposed to shut up and just do it. And he's like, no, man. No, it's not that way. Because I want my time. And he just completely stops. He's like, I want my shine. I want my name on the front of the page. Not Ellen Page. I want my name. You know? Like, it's my name I want. And he's like, well, I'm doing a gay porno tomorrow, so by all means, you can stop on in. Well, that's that joke. Speaking of gay pornos, my buddy went up to me the other day. He's like, hey, what happened to Cowboys? And I said, I think it was Brokeback Mountain. Broke that one. I think he left that. Speaking of putting things in dicks, there's this, I work at the White Oaks Mall, right? And I work at the Subway. And across from the Subway, there's a Tim Hortons and a fucking Starbucks. And I was working one day, and I noticed that this guy and his group of friends were coming out of Tim Hortons on his way to Starbucks. Now, only one guy had a coffee, though. So as he's walking to the Starbucks, I noticed that his two friends get a coffee, and then one guy just does this. He's just like... And I'm like, well, he's probably being a dick to her right now. So if I was her in that situation, I would just be like, yeah, you do get a coffee. Yeah, it is cheaper and better, but guess what? And then just walk away like a gangster. Just be alright. You know? Maybe say like a nifty one-liner, I'm walking away. Just like as I'm walking away, just be like, how's your coffee now? You know? Or even better, just say one word just to ruin his day. Just, bitch. You know? Just something like that. That'd be awesome. But she did. She just took it. So I was on Facebook a few days ago, and I came across this one guy who was like, oh man, I can't wait for the apocalypse to come, because I'm going to be shooting bitches. But I'm not sure if you ever shot a gun before, because I've shot a gun, and it scared the fuck out of me. Like, I mean, I was pointed down range, and then I shot it, and then immediately just went, ah! And I dropped it. And the guy's like, you gotta leave now, because you just dropped a loaded weapon. And I'm like, well, I'm scared. And as I'm walking away, this guy in a wheelchair rolls up with a freaking rifle, and he's like, pussy. And then he shoots it, and he rolls backwards, and I'm like, oh, thanks buddy, for shooting my brother and his best man. Jerk. I hope you got shot you got in that wheelchair. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not a pussy. But then I got a relapse the other day of my pussiness when my girlfriend and I kind of had a scare, and I had to go and get us a pregnancy test. And as I'm walking in, I'm like, okay, there it is. There's a pharmacy. I just got to make it, grab it, and go. So I'm walking up, and I walk up to it, and I'm like, oh my God, there's one, and there's a 2-pack. And then every single jewbone in my body is like, get the 2-pack. And I'm like, let's do it! So I get the 2-pack, and as I'm walking up, I'm like, thinking to myself, and I'm psyching myself up, you know, getting all ready for this. I'm like, yeah, I'm having a kid. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna go play video games. I can go to the children's museum without people looking at me. It's gonna be sweet. I'm like, I'm here because my kid's here. Ah! Let's go play at the McDonald's. My kid's just like, okay, Dad, we're gonna play at McDonald's. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna have somebody to play video games with. I can teach them how to play music, because I love playing music, you know? And I'm like, oh. And I started getting into like the Highlander mode, and I was just like, yes, there shall be a semen who will fertilize the seed. And I'll be like, yeah, and I'll be like, yes, I'm having a baby. Possibly 2, because it could be twins. And that's 2 feet, 2 mouths that need to feed. Oh my God, holy shit. What if I drop one, and the one's retarded, the other one's okay? And they're like, not retarded, brother. He's like, I'm not retarded, I'm special, Dad. I'm like, yeah, but because I dropped you. That's why you're special, because he didn't get dropped. And I started freaking out. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna be a shitty dad. I can't even make Kraft dinner properly. Like, I accidentally put too much milk once and it tastes like soup. And I was like, oh my God, soup with cheese. Who likes cheesy soup? Oh, and I started freaking out even more. I'm like, oh my God, I can't do this, guys. I can't do this. And I'm right at the, the self-checkout, because I can't even look at somebody at this point. I'm like, I can't do this. So I put it up by the cookies and I ran out. I get into the car, and my girlfriend's like, where is it? I'm like, I can't do it. And she's like, pussy.
Yeah.
Oh, it sucked.
Yeah.
But I can't wait for the zombie apocalypse 2 come though, because it's gonna be awesome. Because I can't wait for that first day where somebody is like torturing their own death. They're like, totally getting eaten by a zombie right now. Hashtag eat face. Hashtag dead. Hashtag fucking A. Oh, that'd be awesome. What would be even more awesome than that though, it's like you see a celebrity, like a really hot one, and you're just like, hey dude, there goes Mila Kunis. I'm gonna totally go make out with her. And my friend's like, do it dude! I'm like, alright. So I go up to her, I'm like, hello Mrs. Kunis. I screwed up your name, but you wanna make out? And she'd go like, she's a zombie, right? I'm like, I'll take that as a yes. And she's getting like all antsy, and I'm like, whoa, come on, calm down. I'm not Justin Timberlake, but calm down. Hold yourself. And she's like, I'm like, oh, okay, let's do this then. And I grab her by the head and try to make sure it's all like slow, because that's how I pictured it. And she's all like, ah, and I'm like, ah, yeah. And then she just latches on. I'm like, oh man. Oh, we're totally making out. And then I'm like, oh, you're so good. And my friends are like, yeah, Josh, I'm totally gonna tweet this. Josh is totally making out with Mila Kunis. Hashtag eat face, hashtag dead. Because, we gotta copy the one guy who did it first, right? But I think that'd be an awesome way to die. And then, I'll do whatever, like rot on the ground. Because, to be honest, I'm not all about the, I'm not all about the praises. I don't really believe that there's a heaven. Let's put it that way. But if there was one, I think you'd be like Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory. Right when you get to the pearly gates, Jesus bowls out, he's like, at first he's out with the cane, but then he's like, nope, I resurrected. And then you get in there, and then you see this pouch of clouds, and something's popping out of it. And like, Jesus, what's that? He's like, it's nothing. Gets all serious about it, like, okay, Jesus, fuck. So, I've been doing comedy for a while, and like I said before, I usually close with a bunch of pussy jokes about my girlfriend, but this time I'm deciding to talk about somebody else's pussy. Where is she? Oh, there she is. Hi! So, Matt's girlfriend came up to me the other day, and she was, by the way, by Matt, I mean Matt Kerr, not Matt Clark. Sarah, you didn't say anything about yours, okay? But Matt Kerr's girlfriend came up to me the other day, and she was like, Josh, you know what you talked about on stage a lot? I'm like, what are you talking about? She's like, that thing. I'm like, well, what thing? She's like, the thing. I'm like, oh, you're talking about, pussy farts. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, what about it? She's like, it totally happened. Me and Matt were doing it, and I totally farted on his dick. And I was like, woo! Good for you! All right, well, I've been Josh Wakens. You guys did pretty awesome.
Yeah!
Thanks for tolerating me for the time I was up here. Keep your hands down. For your host. Give it up for Word Salad, too.
Josh Wakens. Can you believe this guy seriously just started stand-up comedy a few months ago? Seriously? Seems like he's been at it for years. All right, and I'm glad he brought vaginas up, because that's an important subject. Has anyone seen the Vagina Monologues?
No.
Familiar? No?
Yes.
Yes? Somebody has? I've only heard of it. Is it just 2 hours of... That's all I've ever heard come out of a snatch. Speaking of which, Josh brought up his girlfriend a few times, and I want to ask respectfully, can I smell your vagina?
It smells awesome.
Can I smell your vagina?
Go for it. Yeah.
Excuse me for a moment.
This is gonna get weird.
This is really weird. I think I was expecting to know.
Can I smell your crotch?
Yeah.
No question.
Winner!
No offense, Andy, but I've smelled a lot of crotches in my time. You're in the top probably 50. All right, I got to pull away from this quickly. Whoever said, I think he was expecting the answer no. Yeah, I had to abandon my punchline at the last moment. And sometimes you'll hear that one, it's a beauty. We have next, Mr. Matt Clark with no E.
Yeah, Matt!
You're right. So, London.
Yeah.
We got people from London here tonight, like born and raised.
Yeah!
No?
No.
I'm not from here either. I was actually raised in Kingston with my family, where my parents raised 3 of the littlest assholes you will ever meet in your entire life. I was such an asshole as a kid. Like, do you know how quick I was to tell my parents that I hated them? For nothing! Mom, can I get that Lego set? No, I'm sorry, we can't afford it. I hate you! What? Over nothing. They fed me, they clothed me, they washed my little baby penis for like tons of years. But none of it mattered. Mom, can you give me that Lego set? No, I hate you! And then just cry for like fucking 2 hours afterwards, like that was gonna change their mind. Like crying puts money in the bank or something like that. Check it now, it's going. Can you imagine using that as an adult though? It's ridiculous, right? Like you're at the Tim Hortons drive-thru. Like, yeah, can I get a cinnamon raisin bagel? Actually, sir, we have no cinnamon raisin bagels right now, we're out. I hate you! Excuse me, sir? I want a cinnamon raisin bagel! Fucking ridiculous. Like, how did my parents not stab me more? I don't know why I just said more. Like stabbing me was just like a regular occurrence. Like at the breakfast table, my dad walked in, he was like, "Good morning, Matthew." Stab! Thank you, Father, good day to you. Ridiculous, right? But fuck, I was such a little asshole. I mean, you don't appreciate your parents until you start getting older, right? You know, it's like 16 years of hatred, and then finally you hit it, and you're like, oh, I understand. Which, why the hell do they take you back? I'd be like, fuck you, man, you're an asshole. But I'm getting older, and it's scary. Like, I just got my first hemorrhoid. Yeah, it was not cool. It's depressing. It is. And like, I had to go get cream for it, right? So I brought my girlfriend with me because she's the one buying it. I am not doing that. She's doing that for me. And we went to Walmart for it, and so I was like, all right, you go to the pharmacy, you buy it there. I'm gonna go create a diversion in like the electronics department. So I go to the electronics department, and I feel like people know that I'm creating a diversion. Like I just have that in the back of my mind. Like people are like, hey honey, look at that guy. I don't think he's buying anything. Hey buddy, hey, are you actually buying anything? I think he's creating a diversion. I bet it has something to do with his asshole. So she comes up to me afterwards and she's like, okay, I got it. I didn't pay for it yet though. The line at the pharmacy was too long. So we gotta go through the regular checkout. And I'm like, shit, all right. Now I gotta come up with like a plan that makes it look like it's not my asshole cream. Which, by the way, they leave nothing to the imagination when they name this stuff. This stuff was called Anusol. Are you kidding me? You're gonna be like, yeah, it's for my dog. No, like, what the hell? So, we go up there and I'm like, all right, here's my plan. I'm gonna play like the supportive boyfriend. So we get up to the cash and I'm like rubbing her back, looking at the cashier, and I'm like, she's got him. But I'm getting older, I'm getting hemorrhoids, I'm getting gray hairs, and it scares me because I don't want to become something that I hate. Like, I don't want to become the guy buying his groceries at Metro with a debit card going, I don't know if it's asking for my PIN number or my postal code. These damn machines are never the same. I don't want to become that. I hate old people. I can't stand them. I mean, have you ever seen an old person on a bus stand up? Like, they can still do that? Like, every time I see them stand up, I just want to be like, sit down, you fucking idiot, you're gonna die! Like, what the hell? But I don't say it because I want them all to die, so, sour spot, eh? Death is depressing, right? It's a little bit depressing. But the one good thing about death, I think, is that you don't have to deal with annoying people anymore, right? Like, I have a couple of friends that I know that are really fucking annoying, and I just kind of tolerate them when they're there, and then as soon as they leave, I'm like, that guy's a faggot. Sorry about that word, folks. I'm not actually sorry. But I have a buddy who's like that, and he's annoying because he's the best at absolutely everything. Like, you could be like, hey man, how was that hockey game the other night? And he'd be like, oh, it was great. I scored 5 goals and I got a shutout. I'm like, I don't think you know how hockey works, man. Or like, he'd be like, how's that test yesterday? And he'd be like, oh yeah, I got 100%. And everybody around me within a 5 meter radius got 100% too, because I have an amazing brain. It's like brain Wi-Fi. But the thing that he's the best at is sleeping with women. And it just always boggles my mind. Like, he'd be like, yeah, I hooked up this chick the other night. Oh yeah, how was that? Well, I had sex with her for 48 hours straight. And while doing that, I made a meal for a family of 39 starving African children. I did Tom Cruise's taxes, and then I also gave her 102 G-spot orgasms. Yeah, I gave her more orgasms than there are Dalmatians in that movie with Glenn Close. But he always bragged about the number of women he slept with, too. But it never seemed to add it up. He'd be like, yeah, I slept with like 40 girls. There was like Teresa, Deborah, so like 40 girls or something like that. Which, by the way, guys like to brag about the number of women they've slept with. But guys only include the number of women who've actually said yes to them. I think we should start including the number of women who have said no. And every guy would have a negative number. And it wouldn't be just like -3 or -5. It would be like -278 or -4,000. It'd be ridiculous. But death is depressing. I even get depressed with death when I see like a small animal like on the road or something like that. I've never even had a chance. You know, like it's weird. I've been seeing like dead squirrels around my house a lot, like in my garbage can. I saw a dead squirrel in my garbage can. Isn't that weird? And I was trying to think of it. I was like, why is he in the garbage can? And I know why. Because the mob's trying to send me a message. But it's like a message on a budget. You know what I mean? Like, they were standing around, they were like, all right, we got to send this Matt Clark guy a message. But no more horse heads, guys. I can't deal with it. They're too expensive. I had no idea how expensive horse heads were when we got into this. I figured it'd be like 15, 20 bucks for a horse head. You go get it out of the freezer and that's it. But it's like thousands of dollars for a horse. And it doesn't even come dead yet. You gotta kill it yourself, and that's a bummer. You gotta look at it in the eye, and he's like, are we going for a ride? You're like, buddy, I'm so sorry that I have to do this to you. And he's like, oh, okay, what's happening? And then you gotta shoot it in the face. And then you gotta cut its head off afterwards. And I just don't have the upper body strength for that anymore. You know what I mean? But you know what? Fuck it, I'm just gonna have my son shoot a squirrel in the head with his BB gun. We'll toss in his garbage. He'll get the point. He'll get the idea. What a shitty job that would be. Imagine being the guy just cutting horse heads off. Like, that's your job, like, just all day in the barn, like, oh, we got 3 more, and you're like, oh, shit, all right, here we go. Shitty job. Like, that's almost as bad as being, like, a bathroom attendant. I ran into a bathroom attendant for the first time the other day. It was awkward, because as a guy, especially when you're drinking and you're at a bar, you tend to pee a lot, right? And I'm not going to wash my hands every single time, and my hands are going to get cracked, and then it's going to feel horrible when I masturbate later. I don't want to do that. So I'm walking in there, and I feel like the bathroom attendant is judging me, which is weird because he's the one who hangs out in a room all night where men only go to touch their penises. So that's kind of weird. But so at the end of the night, what I really wanted to do was go in there and take my last pee of the night and pee all over my hands. And then come up to him and be like, hey man, can I get some of that paper towel? And then flick pee all in his face. And while he's distracted by the pee, I just steal all of his change. And I'm like, yeah, and then I go hop in a cab. And when the cab takes me home, he's like, okay, that'll be like $10. And I'm like, all right, here you go. And he's like, is there piss all over that money? I'm like, yeah, there is. And he's like, get out of my cab. And I'm like, free cab. I'm telling you, if you piss on your money, you get tons of free stuff. Nobody wants it.
Yeah.
And you need that money. You need that money. I'm broke as shit. I've luckily had at one point in my life a chance to obtain one of those new $100 bills, which, by the way, you can't pee on. It's plastic. It just falls right off. But the $100 bills, the ones that they came out with now, wasn't the first design. The original design, there was an Asian woman on it with a microscope, and they took it off because it was too stereotypical. And just because Asians are smart, right? I think that's why does it matter? Being stereotyped as a smart person is a good thing. Would you rather be stereotyped as some drunken hillbilly who just sits there and drinks beer and eats cheese twigs all day? And yeah, cheese twigs, like he can't afford Cheetos. He's got to go get the 99-cent cheese twigs from Al's Variety on the corner. And he knows, like, he's seen like every episode of Cops 50 times to the point where he knows like the dialogue of the episodes. But also, you know, if it's bad to have something stereotypical on there, would it be better to have something not stereotypical? Like, would it be better to have like an Asian person driving past a car accident, or an Asian person having a problem with a math problem, like, or an Asian person saying no to a bag of rice, no today. But if I was Asian and I saw myself on a bill, I wouldn't care what it was. I'd be stoked. I'd be on the phone back to China. I'd be like, "It's just a takeover. It's always the complete." That's racist. We're all a little bit racist, right? I mean, every single person in the world is a little bit racist. I was saying that to my parents the other day, actually. I was visiting them, and I said, you know, everybody's a little bit racist. And my mom agreed with me. She said, he's right. I don't like Dutch people. And I thought it was cute, like she's trying to be racist, but she's just like hating white people too. Like, I'm just like, you're a bigot at best. Like, that's it. I'm gonna draw the line there. And I think that's how Hitler started. Like, Hitler was hanging out with his buddies and he was just like, yeah. Which I think is how all German people start all their sentences. Even if they don't speak German, they're just of German descent. They're like, yeah, so I was playing Scrabble with Bill and I was like, finagle is a word, dude. But so he's hanging out with his buddies and he's like, yeah, everybody's talking about she blacks want to hang and stein them. I think we should show people that we can hate other people too, you know? So I've arranged these Polaroid pictures and we're going to pick from them. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be so fun. Should we hate the Catholics? No? No? Too many problems with the little boys in Steins already, you know? I don't think so. You know, my accountant, Harry Weinstein, is always telling me that my charitable donations are not tax deductible, and it makes me so angry. It's the Jews! It's the Jews! So I guess what I'm trying to say is my mom and Hitler have a lot in common. All right, thanks a lot. I've been Matt Clark. Yeah. Sounds a good night.
Matt Clark. Oh shit. Did I do the joke about pot doesn't affect memory yet? Sorry. I hate to. Oh, this is helpful. Just a reminder not to look at my notes. All right, next up we have another Matt. Matt Kerr.
Thank you, Derek. Oh, we ain't playing Tyco. Hi guys, how we doing?
Yeah! Yeah!
So I was having a few drinks before the show, and I had Jägermeister, and there's no mix in the house, so I found grape juice, and I think I discovered the secret ingredients to NyQuil. It was so good. So, November, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah? November? Anybody?
Yeah.
Or Gay Pride month? You decide.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're the only one that said anything. I'm taken, ladies. I'm sorry. But it's not like I have to tell you that because if I was single, you would all be pregnant by now.
Yeah.
No? Nobody? Okay. Even the guys, I'll impregnate the guys too. Whatever, I don't care. I actually dated an Ethiopian girl not too long ago. She was smart, you know, pretty, funny, everything you could ever want in a girl. But you guys know I was dating her, right? She always swallowed. And that's not a racist joke. I could have said that about my homeless girlfriend. She's hungry too. I could have said that about my athletic girlfriend. She's not going to give up that protein. But like I said, I am in a relationship, and relationships have their ups and downs. One big down for me is my girlfriend forgetting her birth control pill. Any guys in here have that? No?
Yeah.
You guys are very lucky people. Because I can't handle having a baby. I mean, I drop my cell phone all the time. It's terrible. But I did find a solution to this problem. What I do is I ask my girlfriend very nicely, baby, will you please just sit on the microwave for 5 minutes on high and just let's get rid of this middleman, please. I couldn't do that, that's too mean. What I do is I wait till she's asleep, sneak into her room, and just spray a fine Mr. Raid all over her face. And, you know, no baby, we're good. And like I said, I'm in a relationship, I've been in one for about maybe 2.5 years now.
Yeah.
And I already hate her like a wife, so... And I know you guys are thinking, Matt, marriage is tradition, but so is genocide. So, I think Matt Clark was saying, we're almost at the apocalypse. It's coming up. We're less than a month away. So, it's been a good year, too, I think. So, I've put together a list of the best news stories of 2012. Number 1. Furbies are back after 14 years.
Yeah.
They really beat Jesus to the punch. We have, the oil spill in Alaska was messing a lot of shit up, but it's fine. The authorities said everything will be okay. There's enough dead polar bears to soak everything up. And as we know, polar bears are just nature's sponges, so that's good. We have Lance Armstrong in the news. Lost his sponsors. He lost his medals. That's got to be a kick in the nut. We have London's own mayor, Joe Fontana. You guys heard about this? Apparently used taxpayers' money to,
Fund his football game?
yeah, to pay for his son's wedding. And I'm not too surprised with a name like Diamond Joe Fontana. It sounds like he should be giving me an offer I couldn't refuse. It sounds like he should have a sled named Rosebud. It sounds like after I say this joke, I'm going to be found dead in a ditch somewhere, just for saying that. We got one more news story. Disney bought Star Wars, which kind of threw me off. Is anyone happy about this?
No.
It threw me off because why would Disney buy the story of Space Hitler? I mean, that's the Jedi Holocaust right there. I like that one too. So did anyone buy the new iPhone?
No.
No one? Yeah, okay, this joke will go well. I don't so much like their products, but I like Steve Jobs. He's like a very innovative guy. And I found that he has a lot in common with Jesus. Like, for example, Jesus died for our sins, and Steve Jobs died to bring us the iPhone 5. We have, Jesus had 12 disciples, and Steve Jobs had 12,000 child slave laborers. Steve Jobs could turn the normal iPad into a smaller iPad, and Jesus was magic, so there's that. This is really hacky, but I do some impressions.
Yeah.
You guys down for that?
Yeah.
All right, we got Gilbert Gottfried. I was the parrot from Aladdin.
Yeah.
We've got Stewie Griffin. Uva, Brian, Uva. Yeah, that guy. And this is my impression of an Asian guy. Hi, nice to meet you. My name's Matt. You guys are all racist. I don't know what you're expecting. A lot of people ask me if I write my own material, and I'm like, well, obviously I'm a comic. Like, you should write your own material. But from time to time, my own brother will ghostwrite for me. Rest in peace, Tyler. And he's not actually dead. He's gay, so he's dead to my parents. So there's that. I'm gonna leave you guys with this. You've been a great crowd. All our favorite reality shows are being affected by the recession. The economic collapse is coming, and it's affecting our reality shows, like The Bachelorette. It's 12 guys going after one unemployed woman. That's it. That's it. And it doesn't just stop there. We have America's Next Top Model. It's not going to be that anymore. It's going to be America's Next Scotch Bottle. And that's basically just a homeless man on a bench for an hour. We have Hell's Kitchen. It's going to be Hell's Soup Kitchen. Deal or no deal? Meal or no meal? No meal, that's what's going to happen. Survivor's still going to be there, but there'll be no cameras, and it'll apply to all of us. Thank you guys for being back here. Yeah. Give it for DJ Word Salad. Yeah.
Anybody wonder why I keep leaving the place and going outside every time a comic goes up here? No? It's pretty obvious, isn't it? All right. Let's hear it for James Edwards.
Roxbury! Roxbury!
I thought I could count on the opening joke if I said it softer the second time. If I could start off our time together tonight by talking about something quite serious that happened to me recently. It's made me kind of reevaluate my entire life up to this point, to the extent that I wasn't sure if I can come here and see you fine people tonight. I learned that I may not be able to tell black people on the phone anymore. I work at a hotel, the front desk shut up. I got a call to get some toothpaste for a guest, which is normal because of how filthy our water is. And he sounded regular, plus his name was Mr. Johansson. So I went up to the door with the toothpaste, and ever since I was a kid and I saw a certain episode of a little show called Are You Afraid of the Dark, I've been terrified of being buried alive. And when Mr. Johansson opened that door, I just imagined my face at that moment was the exact same face I always imagined what I would look like if I woke up inside the coffin. Just complete horror, abject humiliation, and the dirt falling down on my face was just the prejudices of myself and my preconceived notions about race and the biological functions of the human vocal cord. So that was the story of the last time I saw a black person. What else can I announce to you guys? Oh! I like older women.
Yeah.
By which I mean I like younger women, but from the 40s and the 50s, so I guess I like dead women. Because I'm not really around in my preferred format. It all started when I was about 14 years old in the laundry room of my apartment building. Full night, pulling out laundry out of a dryer so I could put my wet clothes in there. I pull up the biggest, fluffiest, warmest grandma sweater with like little Bambi eyes for brass buttons. And as I place it gingerly on the table in front of me, out from the innards of the sweater rolls this pair of skimpy panties. I couldn't remember what color they were, but they were definitely better than beige. And all of a sudden, something goes off in my mind, like the bomb squad turned the wrong wire in the bomb diffusion process. Because I'd never seen these two things in the same place in my mind before. It was like, this is the hottest goddamn grandmother in the world. Or it's like, this is some individualistic outcast who shops at thrift stores and doesn't give a fuck. Like the underwear is like primordial adolescent sex at the very beginning in its most primal state. The sweaters go to like Leah Thompson in Back to the Future, or like Ali Sheedy in The Breakfast Club before Emilio Estevez fucking ruins her. And it's getting a lot worse now. Like, whenever I meet a cute girl at a bar with an old lady name, like a Harriet, or a Loretta, or a Esther, it's automatic wood. Like 8th grade math class, automatic wood. When you're sitting there and you see the underwear of the girl in front of you bend over, and she picks up a pencil that you knocked on the floor. It's very bad. Whenever I meet a girl who doesn't give me automatic blood to my penis with her name, I know, right? I have to record it in a memo file on my phone for safekeeping. So from last Saturday, some names I completely made up. Amanda Acne Scars. Paula Pink Eye. No, I don't think Paula actually had the pink eye. I'm just assuming she did because I lent her my glasses. I don't actually wear glasses. I used to, but I lost them swimming naked in Lake Huron. That's what I call the kiddie pool. I stood outside of Lower Huron Public School. It was there that I learned the very fine line between training for American Gladiators and passing out naked in the jungle gym in a lacy red teddy. I am happy to announce that I've lost 95 pounds in a little less than a year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Before it happened, I was smoking a lot of pot, which tends to make me quite paranoid. And so I stumbled on a list of diabetic warning signs. And as I was reading those things, it was like the guy in the vampire movie who wakes up with a strange bite in his neck and just starts noticing that garlic tastes a bit funny and the lights are a bit brighter. And so I went to the doctor's office and no diabetes. But I was too fat for the scale, which on the level of wake-up calls was pretty much like a sex addict waking up next to his grandmother. And so post-weight loss, you'd think I'd have quite a bit of sympathy for the morbidly obese, but I fucking hate them. I hate them so goddamn much. I feel like a slave that was fighting during the Civil War, but he was bought by a totally awesome slave owner. The gun was totally swanked out a slave shack with slave jewels, and so he starts fighting for the South. And as you can probably tell, I would not be a good person to sponsor an Overeaters Anonymous meeting. I think I would treat that thing like I was a cocaine-addicted kindergarten teacher. Put the goddamn donut down, you piece of shit! So there's that. And a key motivating factor for losing the weight was going on antidepressants for depression and anxiety. Rock bottom, before I went on the meds, I would rarely leave my apartment, to the point that one night I spent 45 minutes in my darkened bedroom stabbing a soup can with a steak knife, rather than leave 10 feet outside my door to buy a can opener. I did slice my finger open, but it was nowhere near as painful as the time I used up a box of dryer sheets rather than buy toilet paper. And when you first go on the meds, I'm not sure if you know, but you do have quite a bit of side effects. In fact, I vomited 12 times in the first 24 hours on those things. So they helped me cut down on my vomiting, which is good. It's been an uphill trek since then. I did find a white patch of pubic hair last week. I told my doctor it was stress, but he thinks I just need to wear pants when I paint my living room. I feel like you're the kind of crowd I can really get honest with, you know? Do you feel that too?
Yeah.
Kind of like we're at a funeral for a guy we all hated. Or as I like to call him, dead. I'm just kidding, we didn't get him at a funeral. It's true that my father is not dead. I just didn't want to wait to tell that joke till the next time he cheats on my mom with a mafia wife. It happens. But he did specify in his will that he does not want to have a funeral, he just wants to be cremated and flushed down. I've never asked him directly why that is, because I'm guessing the real answer is nowhere near as cool as him wanting to become a supervillain made out of sewage waste. I would actually read a comic book if my dad was a shit monster. Unlike my good friend Maddie Kerr. Let's hear it from Matt Kerr.
My geekdom is not in comic books. My geekdom is in cinema, to the point where I fucking call it cinema. I could actually give you a list of my 100 favorite silent films right now, but I'm guessing you'd rather hear a list of the top 100 names for my pubic hair.
Yeah.
Mostly because it's a lot shorter because I laser. People always ask me, how the fuck can you watch silent movies? How can you stand it? And I say, well, if we were in one, this conversation would be bearable. I used to be really into conspiracy theories, and when you're really into conspiracy theories, everything seems like conspiracy theories. Like one time I thought I was being followed by a group of evil people from an evil organization. And then I saw the torch in my hand, and I remembered I was at the Relay for Life. Then I thought, wait a second. Why would the Relay for Life let me carry the torch? Then I remembered I was a neo-Nazi with chronic fatigue. Normally I would not make a tasteless joke about cancer patients, but I figure nowadays if someone tries to start some shit, I could just say, you didn't really run the Tour de France, and run the other direction. Thank you very much, Lance Armstrong. It's been a great help. One time I went up to an open mic, and I saw some guy go up and do Piano Man on his banjo. So when I went up and did While My Guitar Gently Weeps on my keyboard, and then he did Mr. Tambourine Man on his triangle. But Jamie had a gun, so he stabbed him. Thank you guys, I've been James.
James Edwards. And the Offenders of Comedy. With their special guests, Dr. Feel Funny, Andy Pomeranski, DJ Kelly D. Thanks for your work, man. It makes all the difference. Give it up. And I put away my silly hair and ridiculous mustache because sorry to end on a somber note, but we are nearly finished now. And I want to say people have done drug jokes, particularly me, and we had a few laughs, but because there are a lot of young people, I want to say sincerely, don't do drugs. They're in danger of running out, and I saw them first. If you see one of these things, do I have one? Yeah. Seen these things floating around? That'll get you $1 off any future offender show, so stick it in your pocket. It'll also remind you, it'll tell you how to get to their Facebook page, where you'll find out all future shows, when they are and where they are. We're hoping to be at the Rocks as often as we can be.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah.
And finally, also you can look for me on Facebook. My name is Dr. Feel Funny. But more importantly, The Offenders of Comedy. It's the full name, facebook.com/ and all 4 words, The Offenders of Comedy. So look for us and help support London comedy.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Bye.
I learned the word you learned. I learned the word you smile. Word you word I